minutes ago, the hometown Jets were introduced to this sellout crowd, and it's a roar that could be heard across the river in Manhattan. They're set to go as their Jets will match up with the Miami Dolphins. 3/4 of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line.
Let it. 15 line it. 15 line. Man, that's trash. That's the goal.
A first carry for Trenton Cannon. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now, we get that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A Jet first down, 18 big yards that time.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you're wanting to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Check 26, check 26. Alert 3, alert 3. Look, squeeze, step.
A run with Josh Adams, the Eagles' leading rusher as a rookie last year. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
On second and 11 now. McCown, he's going to find his tight end. That's Chris Herndon. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. By the end of last year, Herndon had solidified himself as the primary tight end for New York. And overall, second leading receiver in 2018 on the team behind Robbie Anderson. Backed his 39 catches, most among rookie tight ends in the league a season ago.
Hey, Haywood! 55.
Now the first carry for Ty Montgomery. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
At the 35-yard line.
After the pickup of 5, here's second and 5.
Let him know, let him know. Let him know, let him know. Get it.
Throwing now is McCown. That's complete to Trenton Cannon, the running back. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 24-yard line.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen, because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and this is what we saw there. A nice pickup for a first down.
And he'll get about 5 here as he'll take this down inside the 20-yard line.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Let's go. 18 Gator.
Guys, it's game situation. Let's go.
Hey, Delta. Clear. Hit it.
Second and 5 now. McCown. That one complete to Anderson. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far.
Check, 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 check. Leo.
He's checking Chris.
5.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. On 2nd down, this is Cannon. And he is out of bounds here. Calling a gain of 2 as they're knocking on the door now. 3rd and goal. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, and now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
On 3rd down, here's Cannon. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Trenton Cannon, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Jets take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Extra point safely through. And that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, it's Lachlan Edwards to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. First down, Fitzpatrick. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Charles, already trailing by a touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
Hey, chill.
To throw again, Fitzpatrick. He finds Kalen Ballage, his running back. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. That one good for 13 at a Dolphin first down.
And a Dolphin first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Regular. Go ahead.
To throw, Fitzpatrick. It's Williams on the catch. It'll be a gain of 9, and it'll be 2nd and about a yard to go for the first.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. A first carry now for Alex Collins. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? Because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And coming up on their second drive of the game, had the touchdown last time out. Now they have the football back. Chance to really seize early momentum.
Feels to me like they had a really excellent week of practice. It all came together, but I'll bet you it got galvanized in the locker room in pregame. Somehow I think the head coach, his oratorical skills were on point.
Now this one complete on the slant route. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. 14 yards is the pickup there and a Jet first down.
Some think that teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
Heading to the line, McCown with a 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game.
Look at me. Go. 2.
Montgomery on the counter, and he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Came out in a power set, but that only served to put more men in the box. And guess what? If you're going to do that, you've got to win up front, right? Your offensive guys have got to beat the defenders. They lost all leverage on that play.
60 or. Hey, box truck. Yep. 26 Mike. Get ready. Now.
On 2nd and 12, McCown, and his throw's going to be incomplete. Xavier Howard with a good coverage that time as he was there and knocked it away.
The out route's such a timing route that sometimes the guy throwing the ball just throws it almost blindly, just kind of counts on that timing winning. And in this case, the ball was batted away.
Throwing is McCown on 3rd down. On the catch, it's Crowder. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Jet first down.
And another thing that makes the comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. Jerome Baker there on the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Right there in the middle. Hey, Orbit. You got nothing. Get it.
Play action. Now McCown. This is caught at the 20. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Give them 32 on the play.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Shotgun here for McCown. Noodle's got it, complete. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now.
2nd and goal at the Dolphins' 3-yard line.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal.
Alert, alert. 3 down.
5.
They'll try to run this one in. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4 down territory.
They come out here in the eye. The Miami defense trying to keep them out. They haven't let them in yet. Can they hold again here on 3rd and goal? Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. So on 4th down, the Jets turn to kicker Sam Ficken. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. Ficken's kick is good, and the lead moves to 10-zip. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
Following the field goal on is Locke Edwards to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. First half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive?
Well, I've been told by my coaches previously that the intelligent approach, go ahead and run out the clock and start over. Don't make any more mistakes. But there's also something to understanding that you got this last drive here. You get the ball to start the second half. Try and go 2 for 1 here. Get some points now and come out of the locker room and get more points again and get your momentum really built up.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Wild Bill. Mike, 59, 53, Mike. Check
Regular.
Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 50.
Throwing again. Fitzpatrick. And he comes back with one complete. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout, as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6.
Left.
53, check 55.
5.
From the gun, Fitzpatrick. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
They went with the dive look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And you can't do it much better than that. This ball kicks out of bounds at the 4-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
And from that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb.
3 down.
Smooth.
55, Mike, 55. Hey, eat.
To Montgomery to begin the drive. And he'll work this back to right around the line of scrimmage and surrender there. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Come on, let's go. Mike, 55.
Protein spill.
I'm coming after you.
Working from the gun. McCown gets it to his running back, Cannon. And they'll get him down up past the 15. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half.
First and 10 at the 18-yard line.
McCown, nearly perfect. 9 of 10 in this first half. It's first and 10.
Pilot, 64, weak. Shoot.
A give to Montgomery out of the gun. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1.
First and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Come on, set. 50, plant.
Hey, come on, now. Come on, now. Hey, watch this.
Go out.
Watch this.
Now.
First down, they run again. Here's Montgomery. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game, as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded at the 2.
Their own 26-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Now the former 4th-round pick, it's Kalen Ballage. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 18 big yards on that one, and a Miami first.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
52 and 56, 52 and 56.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. Now those linemen, of course, can't be more than a yard downfield when a pass is thrown, and they might have been able to call that on a couple of guys there.
180! 53 is the mic. Get him!
Working out of the gun, Fitzpatrick. Quick hitter here, it's complete. It's a gain of 7, and that'll make it a 2nd down. Despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Now here's a timeout defensively. Defensive timeout called by the Jets. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. From the shotgun, it's Fitzpatrick. And it's caught by Parker. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 25 yards that time. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They looked like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there were very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down. Jordan Jenkins came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Fitzpatrick now. He's going to air one out. And this is caught inside the 5. It's a gain of 34.
They're still looking for their first touchdown of the game, and for a second, I thought they had it right there.
Looking on the sideline, it's finally good to see nods of approval. It's a welcome sign of life that this offense needed. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Check 37, check 37. Hey, 5-0, 5-0, 5-0.
Now Fitzpatrick. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
When you got your backs in the shadow of your goal line, you've got to be physical in that situation because there's not a whole lot of space, not a lot of wild plays that can be run there.
It's put up or shut up time. Defensively, nice job just to make sure they didn't complete it on that play. Here's a run with Balaj. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that is going to set up 3rd and goal. Now the Jets are going to burn another timeout. And that's going to leave them with just 1 timeout remaining still in the third quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt them. We'll be back.
Hey, 57 all day, dog.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Able to hold him to just 2 yards, and now it's 4th and goal. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as they'll go for it on 4th down. Now Fitzpatrick on 4th down. And this is caught by Parker for a Miami touchdown. Devontae Parker with touchdown number 7 on the year. As they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. So now the Dolphin offense will stay out there as they'll go for 2.
53. Yeah. Kill. 53 at the mic. Yeah. 53 at the mic. Here we go. 53. Hey. 5-7.
Fitzpatrick to throw it. Throws left side. And he's got it. They convert for 2, and that gets him even closer. Now a 2-point game. So the lead shaved to 2 now as the kickoff is away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. Able to push his way through. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line.
At their own 16-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of 1st downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Mike, 55. Check, 55.
To throw on 2nd and 6, McCown. And that's going to be intercepted by the Pro Bowler Xavier Howard. And he will score. Touchdown, Miami. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down.
Now that was a beautiful play. A pick 6. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
What do you mean, with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
Following the interception here, Fitzpatrick. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I know they didn't tack on the 2 points, but I liked their attempt. After the interception return for a touchdown, I was thinking to myself, forget kicking it, go for 2, and they did.
Well, yeah, and everybody's scrambling. Maybe you catch the defense on their heels. They weren't ready to be out there.
Yeah, it's almost like a sudden change, right? There's a turnover, you take it away, they stuck it in the end zone, keep the momentum going. Give credit to the defensive guys for rallying and stopping that 2-point attempt.
So McCown comes up as the Jets have it 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. The run there on 1st down gets him a yard to the 26. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. He really hasn't been able to get on track running the football, averaging less than 4 yards a carry.
Yeah, I think that they're going to enjoy the film session because all the defenders are filling their proper gaps on just about every play. And you know what they always say for a defensive coach? When I click off this film, I better see 11 jerseys in the picture going after the ball carrier.
6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Now McCown throws incomplete there on 3rd down. Here's Lachlan Edwards now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. On 1st and 10, Fitzpatrick. He sets to fire deep, and that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield, but that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. On play action, Fitzpatrick. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Marcus May with a pick. And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield that gets intercepted.
The The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Now McCown. And it's incomplete. Trevor Williams there on the coverage.
And we just saw another example. These cornerbacks have played tight coverage all game long. Might start wanting to think about a few double, triple move routes to try and shake their guys free.
Because you're right, they have had no room to breathe. The Jets on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. From the gun, it's McCown. He gets it to Brown, complete. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. They'll run with Montgomery, and nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. They fake the give. Now McCown. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
2nd goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
Under 4 to play now. Clock running. 3rd down. Now McCown. Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to go down again. Taco Charlton providing a little deja vu. Back-to-back sacks. And now they're staring at a 4th and long. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. He connected on his first. This time it's 39 yards away. Ficken's kick is good. And the lead is down to 1 now at 14-13. So with that field goal, this one's now back within a field goal. Maybe not the ultimate result they wanted, but gets them that much closer.
This game is unfolding like a really good book, isn't it? Because I feel like there's a few more plot twists yet to be revealed before this one is over.
Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. A little less than 4 minutes remaining, and the margin for error is small with this slim lead. Operate within your 4-minute offense here, Charles?
Definitely. Remember, the 4-minute offense doesn't always correspond to what's up on the clock. What they need to do is play a little bit of keep away right now. Run the clock down. Make sure their opponent doesn't get the ball back. Their dream scenario, get enough first downs and make them eat up their timeouts so the game ends when you're kneeling down with the football.
The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. He was looking for Parker that time, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And here's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
2nd down, looking to throw, Fitzpatrick. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And that's going to be another 1st down as the tackle made at the Jets' 35. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. They go play action. Fitzpatrick firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down.
When you lose that kind of yardage on a pass play, you often expect it to be a sack. But that wasn't the case there. They completed the pass. Probably would have been better off just dropping the football and making an incompletion as opposed to catching it and losing that kind of yardage.
So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They've got a second down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. Looking to throw again on second down. Fitzpatrick, and give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively they burn it here with 1:51 left. The 25-yard line is what they need here. This is third down. Here's Fitzpatrick. And the throw there going to be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short. No good. And this score will stay right where it is. Had a chance to give themselves there some important wiggle room, but it went awry.
Yeah, let's do the simple math here. And you know, for me, it has to be simple. Instead of this thing kind of giving them that wiggle room you talked about, now we're talking about possibly losing a ball game because they left the door open.
Looks like he's going to get a couple here on this first down carry, and that'll make it 2nd and 8.
Not in a position where they absolutely have to rush right now, but they definitely have to pick up the tempo a bit.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. To throw is McCown. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Oh, free safety blitz. That can be a gamble, but it proves fruitful there.
Yeah, you're exactly right about the gamble because oftentimes the free safety is the last line of defense against a long pass. And when he comes at the quarterback, he'd better get home and make the play.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
So if we recount real quick, he had the touchdown earlier, and now he comes up with the sack here. No doubt about it, he's having himself a game.
And they're out of timeouts, remember, so this is going to have to be a delay. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Hey, lock it. Ready?
One final try for McCown. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And the defense loses him. It's complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Robbie Anderson finding the end zone on the game's final play. And the Jets are going to retake the lead. And with the lead, no chance of a return spoiling this one here on the PAT. And the extra point for good measure is good, and absolutely thrilling finish as they win this one by 6. Well, that was a fun game to witness, partner. A touchdown there at the very end to win this thing.
And that's really where the emphasis is, right? The touchdown to win it. I know that they put a little on top, right? What's your favorite dessert? You know, what do you put on top of your favorite dessert?
You put whipped cream, maybe a cherry.
There you go. The whipped cream, the cherry, whatever you want to talk about, that's what they put on it. But the story, the touchdown to win it, that's how they got it done.
So for the Jets, it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they move to 8-5. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Baltimore Ravens. Meanwhile, for Miami, it's unfortunately more of the same as they'll fall to 3-10 on the year. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to MetLife Stadium to take on the New York Giants. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.